Hello and welcome everyone to the 32nd video lecture of Quantitative Techniques, semester number 3, module number 2. In today's video lecture, we are going to start with addition theorem. Now, what is addition theorem? Addition theorem is a concept or theorem which is used to add probabilities of two or more non-mutually exclusive events. So one thing we should understand that this theorem is applicable only if two or more events are non-mutually exclusive events in this format. Okay, suppose if they are mutually exclusive events, they are not non-mutually exclusive events. That means if they are mutually exclusive events, then what should be done? So that I'll tell you later in the video. But before starting with this, I would like to brush up a little bit about mutually exclusive events. Now, what are these mutually exclusive events? Mutually exclusive, mutual means two or more events together excludes each other. That is, if two or more events cannot happen at the same time, then they are known as mutually exclusive events. Okay, for instance, a head and a tail. When you toss up a coin, you will not get head as well as tail at the same time. Hence, head as well as tail are mutually exclusive events. Head, tail are mutually exclusive. That means if head comes, tail will not come, and if tail comes, head will not come. So they are mutually exclusive events. That means if one outcome comes, the other outcomes will not be happening. If this outcome comes, this will not happen. These are known as mutually exclusive events. Non-mutually exclusive events, we are talking about non-mutually exclusive events. So non-mutually exclusive events are those events which are not mutually exclusive. That means if one event happens, the other event can also happen. For instance, your last two numbers of your registration number, I'll say that they are less than 50 and it is an even number. Can both happen at the same time? Yes. Your registration number can be less than 50 also. That is last two digits I'm talking about. And it can also be a even number. Both can happen at the same time. So this is an example of non-mutually exclusive events. Okay. For example, it rains and we conduct the classes. This can happen. It will rain and we'll conduct the classes. This can happen. Sometimes if it rains too much, colleges might be holiday because the government might announce such a thing. So sometimes it may be mutually exclusive. Sometimes it may not be mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive events are those events which if one event happens, the other event will not happen. So this, remember one thing, additional theorem is covered in this format. It is covered for only non-mutually exclusive events. Okay, now let us understand this theorem. Let A and B be two events with probabilities P of A and P of B respectively. Then the probability of occurrence of at least one of them is given by, see, A is an event, B is another event. Then what is the probability that at least one of them will happen? That at least A will happen or B will happen. This is important. Or, okay. Now, it is given by the probability of occurrence of at least one of them is given by probability of, this is how we have to read this, probability of A union B. A union B. Union, it signifies all, or it also signifies addition. Okay, it is given by probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Intersection, this is the sign of intersection and it is also known as AND. Okay, why this AND comes? Because both can happen at the same time, non-mutually exclusive events. Okay, so we subtract this. If there are more than two, suppose if there are three events A, B and C, then how do we write this? Probability of A union B union C is equal to probability of A plus probability of B plus probability of C minus probability of A intersection B minus probability of B intersection C minus probability of A intersection C plus probability of A intersection B intersection C. So let us understand this using a Venn diagram. Now I think you might have seen these Venn diagrams in your school level. So this is how your Venn diagram looks like. So your Venn diagram looks like this. Now what is this? See, this entire rectangle which is there, this represents the universe. Okay, universe. That means entire thing, whatever is the possibility, will be covered within this rectangle. Okay, anything, whatever outcome may come, it will come within this rectangle itself. Okay, so your answer will lie between this rectangle. Now these are two sets, set A, set B. Now suppose if set A, I am writing, represents even numbers less than 10. Less than 10. Okay, then what will be my set A? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Set B includes prime numbers. So prime numbers set I have 2, 3, 5, 7. That's it. 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay. Now if I want to show this in a Venn diagram, how will I show? Now 2. 2 is here, 2 is here. It is there in A as well as B. So it will come in the common space. This is the important part. Okay, this is the common space where both are intersecting, and that is why this part is known as intersection. It is there in A as well as it is there in it is there in B. That is, A and B are intersected, and that is why it is known as intersection. Okay, this part. Now 2 is there in A now, 2 is there in B also, right? And it is common to A and B. Now 4, it is not there here. 6, 8, 10. Even numbers less than or equal to 10. Okay, then only 10 will come. If it is less than 10, then 10 will not come in this. Okay, the next thing, 2 is already written, 3, 5 and 7. So this is how you write Venn diagram. Okay, now tell me, if you want to find out the probability, suppose if I'm saying that the answer will lie within this rectangle, so probability of the entire universe will be equal to 1. That is, this is the total probability. Okay, now this is a set, this is one more set. Now when you add probability of A and probability of B, okay, and you want to find out either this or this will happen, that is, I am talking about, see, probability of A means only this much, this circle. Okay, probability of B means this circle. Okay, now probability of A and B, or probability of A intersection B, whenever and comes you have to say intersection. So this is this probability of this. When I am saying A or B, so this is the thing that comes into picture. See here, the one which I am drawing. Okay, this is the thing. Fine. So what is the probability of A or B? Probability of, I'll write here, A union B, that is A or B is equals to probability of A entire section, so probability of A entire circle I have taken, now plus probability of B, I'll say. So if I say probability of A and probability of B, there is one problem that comes, that is when I'm taking A, this shaded region I'm counting. When I'm taking B, I'm counting again the shaded region. So I've counted the shaded region twice. So I'm deducting it once, minus probability of A intersection B. So this is your addition theorem. Fine. So this is how the concept of addition theorem comes. Your proof is not there in a syllabus. That is why I've shown it in a separate paper. But if you are interested to know what exactly and how it comes, you can always refer to this. Similarly, if you want to know when three events come, then three events come this way: 1, 2, and 3. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. Fine. And this is the common area for all. Common. This is there in A, this is there in B, as well as this is there in C. So this will be counted more number of times. Okay. So if you see, use the same logic, you will get the same whatever I had given you, that is this. Okay. Just a minute, I will just hold it properly. This is how it comes. Okay. So I hope you have understood today's video lecture. If there are any doubt in understanding this, you can contact me, or else one problem I'll take, a simple problem, before we end today's class. The problem goes like this. Problem number 13. A dice is rolled once. What is the probability of getting an odd number or an even number? So when you are rolling a dice, what is the probability that it is an odd number or an even number? Now, probability that it is an odd number, 1 by 2, that is 0.5, 50% chances. So event A, we get an odd number. See here, no need to write experiment. If you want, you can write if you want, but no need to write an experiment and sample space. Directly you can write, because more marks are there for the formulae. Event A, what is event A? Here, see, they have said getting an odd number or getting an even number. So there are two events. Getting an odd number is one event, getting an even number is one more event. So event A, we get an odd number. Okay, probability of A is 3 by 6. Why 3 by 6? In the denominator, total number of items will come, that is sample space. Sample space, we know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be there. So denominator will be 6. Total number of items in the sample space, n of s is 6. Total number of items in the that is odd numbers out of that. So how many odd numbers you will get? 3. So it is 3 by 6, which is equals to 0.5. Okay. Event B, we get an even number. So similarly, we get this probability of B is equals to 3 upon 6. To n of s is 6, n of B is 3. So which is equals to 0.5. To know this all things, you should know the previous video lectures. If you are not comfortable with the previous video lectures, this becomes little difficult for you. Okay, this was quite straightforward. That is why I have taken directly without writing any sample space. Now, probability of getting an odd number, or what is the probability of getting an odd number? 0.5. What is the probability of getting an even number? 0.5. Let us use addition theorem. Probability of getting an odd number or an even number is, or means addition theorem you have to use. So probability of A union B is equals to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B, which is equals to 0.5 plus 0.5 minus 0, which is equals to 0.5 plus 0.5 minus 0. If you use calculator, you will get 1. Now a question comes, why this is 0? Okay, why this is 0? What is the meaning of intersection? I have said intersection meaning is, yes, intersection meaning is multiplication, and it means and. See, remember, union means or, and intersection means and. Okay, intersection means and. So what is A? A is the chances of getting even number. B is getting an odd, sorry, A is odd number, B is even number. So when you roll a dice, can you get both even number and odd number? It is not possible. So that is why this becomes 0, and that is why you have to write only these two. So it is equal to 1. Now, this is a special case. I've started with a special case. The reason is because this is the case of mutually exclusive event, right? When odd number comes, even number will not come. When even number comes, odd number will not come. At that time, this part of the theorem will not be there. So your addition theorem becomes only the probability of A union B is equals to probability of A plus probability of B. Why? Because there is no common thing. This always becomes 0 for mutually exclusive events. So addition, that is why initially I had said this theorem will be applicable in this format only for non-mutually exclusive events. I hope you are understanding now. If you have any difficulties, you can always contact us. With this, we end today's lecture. Thank you.